पेरेंट्स को ना बहुत ही गॉड लाइक इमेज पे रखते हैं.
Welcome on Raw with Sneha.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here today.
What does an emotional wisdom coach actually do?
जो आपकी wounds है उसको हम wisdom में convert करते हैं.
मैंने generational wealth सुना था. Generational trauma भी होता है. Our great grandfathers, they've gone for wars. Does this affect our relationship today?
100%. जो हमारे पेरेंट्स हैं हम देखते हैं कि उनमें रिलेशनशिप कैसा था. Was there love? Was there hatred? Was there anger? How did your father treat your mother?
Anxiety, depression is also something that is passed on generationally.
Millennials, I feel, are still stuck. You know, sometimes they're like, Arey, do I need help? Do I not need help? But Gen Zs are like, listen, I'm not feeling up to it. I need help. If you go and tell your parents, maybe there's something wrong with you. They're like, ऐसे कुछ नहीं होता.
How do I break free from generational trauma? What are the steps?
So there are 3 steps. First is
Hey you, welcome to another episode on Roar with Sneha. I am your host Sneha Desai, and before we go ahead, I request all of you who's watching this episode to go and hit that subscribe button because that helps us get some amazing guests for you guys. हर एपिसोड में हमारी यही कोशिश है कि हम आपके रिश्ते और आपकी लाइफ बेहतर कर पाए. अगर मैं आपको ये कहूँ कि आपके लाइफ के जो प्रॉब्लम्स है अभी, आपका जो सेल्फ डाउट है, आपके जो रिश्ते हैं अभी लाइफ में, वो सब आपके वजह से नहीं है. This is passed on to you by your parents or your grandparents or even before that. Today we are going to be peeling layers and understanding what we are carrying without even realizing it. We are going to be talking about generational trauma. Today we have Ruhi out here with us, who's an emotional wisdom coach, and we are going to be understanding about why do these patterns repeat in our life? Where are we carrying these problems from? Is it possible to heal from those? Can healing actually shift our entire family line? Can we actually break the cycle we didn't even start? So get your notepads ready, make some notes, because I promise you that if you watch this episode till the end, it is going to change the way you see your life. Let's roar. Hi Ruhi.
Hi Sneha.
Welcome on Roar with Sneha.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here today.
Yes, so when I saw your page, I was so curious, and that's why I've called you here because I didn't know what is an emotional wisdom coach. जब मैंने ये देखा ना, I was like, you know what, she needs to be here. Tell me, what does an emotional wisdom coach actually do?
Okay, so ये बहुत ही fancy नाम है, emotional wisdom coach. इसके बेस में हम क्या करते हैं, जो आपके wounds है उसको हम wisdom में convert करते हैं. Okay, through understanding, through healing, through learning. अगर जो मुझे आपको एक छोटा सा एग्जाम्पल देना हो तो थिंक ऑफ इमोशनल विजडम कोच एज अ गार्डनर. जैसे एक गार्डन होता है, उसमें वीड्स होते हैं, प्लांट्स होते हैं, फ्लावर्स होते हैं, वैसे ही आप भी एक गार्डन हो. आपके है थॉट्स, इमोशंस, बॉडी एक बड़ा गार्डन है. ठीक है, बट इसमें अभी वीड है जो आपके अनप्रोसेस्ड ट्रॉमा है, आपके बहुत सारे अनमेट इमोशनल चाइल्डहुड नीड्स है, एंगर है, गिल्ट है, शेम है. सो हम क्या करते हैं, हम इसे we help you process this. Okay. जैसे हम weeds को निकालते हैं वैसे हम इसे भी निकाल देते हैं आपकी लाइफ से.
Oh wow, that's such a beautiful definition, and I like how you have called ourselves also a garden. I mean, we are carrying so many things, the good, the bad, and because Roar is about love and relationships, we focus on how we can make our relationships better and our love life better. जब हमारा पहला encounter with love or the first relationship in our life is when we are born, that is with our parents, with our mom, with our dad.
Yes.
And वो encounter हमें काफ़ी कुछ चीज़ें सिखाता है, and वहीं से हम सीखते हैं कि प्यार कैसे करना है.
True.
Right. So I want to know that how do we learn from them and how do we show up in our relationships further?
So in neuro-linguistic programming, in NLP, that's called as modeling. सो हमारे जो पेरेंट्स होते हैं वो हमारे फर्स्ट एग्जाम्पल्स होते हैं ऑफ हाउ वी विल लीड अ लाइफ. ओके, इट्स सेड दैट वी ईट आवर पेरेंट्स लाइक वाटरमेलन एंड थ्रू आवर लाइफ वी कीप स्पिटिंग द सीड्स. सो जो हमारे पेरेंट्स हैं हम देखते हैं कि उनमें रिलेशनशिप कैसा था. Was there love? Was there hatred? Was there anger? How did your father treat your mother? आपकी मॉम का रिलेशनशिप कैसा था आपके फादर के साथ? Was she nurturing? Was she avoidant? Was she repressed? So हम बहुत सारी चीज़ें सबकॉन्शियसली पता करते हैं हमारे पेरेंट्स से. आपने कभी देखा एक बच्चा है, पेरेंट्स की फ़ाइट हुई है, वो सुबह उठता है एंड वो बच्चे को सेंस होता है कि रूम में कुछ तो गड़बड़ है. वो बच्चे ने वो फाइट सुनी नहीं है, रात को हुई थी, उसने फाइट देखी नहीं है, बट ये एक सिक्स्थ सेंस आ जाता है बच्चे में कि वो गेज कर सकता है कि दोनों पेरेंट्स में रिलेशनशिप सही नहीं है. सो जो आपका रिलेशनशिप है एट अ वेरी यंग एज, आपके पेरेंट्स की रिलेशनशिप पे काफ़ी कुछ आधारित रहता है.
सो अच्छी चीज़ें तो ठीक है, लाइक आपने बोला कि नाउ दैट किड हैज़ हर्ड देयर पेरेंट्स फाइट. So what exactly happens about the bad things that you take from your parents? Because good things, yes, that will actually help you flourish a better relationship. But I'm sure every coin has two sides, the positive and the negative.
True.
So what are these negative sides that you sort of pick up from your parents and then show up in your relationships?
So just like you get the inheritance, you also get trauma. Okay, and when it's passed down from your parents to you, and from your grandparents to your parents, that's called as your generational trauma.
Oh my god, okay.
So
मैंने
that
generational wealth सुना था. I didn't know that generational trauma भी होता है.
So अभी आपको wealth मिलेगी तो थोड़ा trauma भी मिलेगा आपको उसके साथ.
Okay. That is so true.
Yeah.
And yeah, as you said कि I think it's from your grandparents.
Yes.
So उसके पहले भी ये trauma, it goes way back.
Yes, it does. So it depends on किस पे ये इम्पैक्ट हुआ है.
Okay.
जो जनरेशन पे इम्पैक्ट होता है वो जनरेशन की साइकी, बिहेवियर, प्रोसेस एंड थॉट पैटर्न्स चेंज होती है. सो व्हाट जनरेशनल ट्रॉमा इज एसेंशियली जो एक इनविजिबल वेट है जो एक इंसान कैरी करता है थ्रू जनरेशंस विच चेंजेस एंड ऑल्टर्स देयर बिलीव्स, बिहेवियर्स एंड इमोशंस.
Okay.
या सो दैट इज़ द ट्रॉमा दैट दे डील विद. ये बहुत सटल होता है और हम सब में है, कहीं ना कहीं है, किसी में बहुत एविडेंटली दिख जाता है और किसी में नहीं दिखता.
So what you're saying is तुम चाहो या ना चाहो you are going to inherit this generational trauma.
Yes.
Are you saying this?
Yes.
Okay. अगर मुझे नहीं पता है कि मैं क्या कैरी कर रही हूँ from my parents or what is my generational trauma, how can I start? What are the signs that I should look out for to see that ये मेरा generational trauma है?
Okay, so let me just simplify this for you. There are these few signs. आप थोड़ा subtly notice करोगे किसी को closely तो आपको एकदम से ही समझ में आ जाएगा कि क्या है.
ठीक है.
First is when a person is excessively apologizing. छोटी छोटी चीज़ में I'm really sorry. बहुत ही जल्दी से उनकी गलती हो या ना हो वो पहले सॉरी बोल देंगे.
Oh, but I thought that was good behavior.
No, not always.
Okay.
The second would be when you feel you're not worthy of success. Okay, you sort of feel that you just need to survive and not thrive.
Okay.
Okay, so that is called fear of success. आपने fear of failure तो सुना था, but this is fear of success.
Okay.
Another one is when you manage people's emotions. So you absorb people's emotions like a sponge. आपके घर में सपोज किसी को एंगर इशू है, किसी के बिहेवियरल इश्यूज़ है, आप बहुत ही जल्दी अलर्ट हो जाते हो, विजिलेंट रहते हो, हाइपर विजिलेंट रहते हो.
Okay.
Okay. Another one, if I would have to say, that would be avoiding conflict. Okay. You will either freeze or you will overthink about a conflict.
Okay.
So you avoid conflicts in whatever way possible. And the last one that I would like to say is a situation where you feel I have to do it all. मुझे ही करना पड़ेगा, मैं नहीं करूँगी तो कोई नहीं करेगा. And a place where you are even scared to ask for help.
Okay.
Yes.
So these are some signs.
Yeah, these are subtle signs.
These are subtle signs.
Yes.
Okay. And how does one know कि so for example जो patterns बार बार दिखते हैं आपको relationship में, do you start noticing that and then you understand maybe this is my style?
You know what? जो आपको patterns दिखते हैं ना वो आपको कभी नहीं दिखेंगे.
Okay.
वो आपके पार्टनर को दिखेंगे, आपके पेरेंट्स को दिखेंगे. आपको आपके पैटर्न को समझना ही बहुत डिफिकल्ट है.
अच्छा.
बट बहुत सारे रिलेशनशिप स्टाइल्स, अटैचमेंट स्टाइल्स डेवलप होते हैं थ्रू दिस रिलेशनशिप.
Okay.
Okay? So जो आपका आपके पेरेंट्स के साथ या आपके केयर गिवर्स के साथ जो रिलेशनशिप रहा है उससे आपके अटैचमेंट स्टाइल्स बनते हैं आपके रोमांटिक रिलेशनशिप्स में.
Okay. So are you saying that कि जैसा स्टाइल मेरा अटैचमेंट का, like the relationship bond that I share with my parents, वो ही रिफ्लेक्ट होगा with my partner?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll give you a small example. Suppose if you have had parents who have been available, okay, and they have been very nurturing, आपका बहुत ही secure relationship style होगा. So when you go out and you have a partner, आपकी conflict resolving ability बहुत अच्छी होगी. आपकी जो intimacy है वो compromised नहीं रहेगी. आप trust करोगे आपके partner पे. Okay? If you have parents जो on and off कभी रहते थे कभी नहीं रहते थे, तो आपकी anxious attachment style होती.
Okay.
क्योंकि आपको ऐसे लगेगा कि अरे ये मेरा पार्टनर आज तो है, कल रहेगा कि नहीं. Okay, so you get anxious. So have you seen people who keep calling their partners constantly? कहाँ हो तुम मैसेज करते रहते हैं.
हाँ.
Because they are scared. They have a lot of fear in them. They are anxious.
That suddenly ये चला जाएगा या चली जाएगी.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. The third one would be when a child growing up, parents या caregivers थे ही नहीं, तो ये बच्चा बहुत ही इंडिपेंडेंट बड़ा हो जाता है.
Okay.
So this is avoidant attachment style. Okay. जब उसके इश्यूज होते हैं ना, वो सबको अवॉइड करके अपने शेल में जाएगा और खुद ही रिजॉल्व करेगा. बिकॉज दैट पर्सन फील्स आई कैन रिजॉल्व दिस माई सेल्फ बेटर.
So they don't feel the need to have a partner sometimes in critical situations.
They feel they can manage it better alone.
Alone. Okay.
Okay. And the last one is fearful avoidant. Okay. ये थोड़ा ना इंसान झूल रहा है बीच में, एंग्शियस और अवॉइडेंट के बीच में. इसके जो पेरेंट्स या केयर गिवर्स थे, they have been abusive, or they have been unavailable for a very long time. They have introduced a lot of fear into this person. So this person wants a loving relationship, can be very clingy, but जैसे ही commitment की बात आती है, they are like, oh no, I don't think I can get into this.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the kind of relationship that they will have with their romantic partners.
Yeah, this reminds me of this series that I was watching recently. Nobody Wants This. I don't know if you watched it, but it talks about like this girl, she wants to be in a relationship and she's dating people, she's out there and she keeps telling people, you know, ki I'm very much available and I'm trying to find the one. And the moment the other person or the partner starts getting serious for her, she finds some or the other fault and she'll find a reason to break up. So the other person starts getting involved and then at that moment she's like, okay, now this person is getting serious.
Yeah.
Now she's like, abhi mujhe bhag jana hai is relationship se. And they've shown a very nice way of the partner who figures this out, and then he tells her that, you know what, just be here. I'm going to be there for you and you're not going anywhere. And it took so much courage for her to understand what she was doing. It was a pattern that she was carrying again and again.
Right.
So even if she was there, ki pyar chahiye, har cheez chahiye, but then finally at the last minute where commitment used to come into picture, she used to run away. But that's so true that I've seen so many people going through these attachment styles, and now that you're saying about it, I can actually start relating it to people I see around, people I see in relationships, and I'm sure that it's so important to understand your partner's attachment style then.
Yes.
Because it starts defining your relationship.
True.
Yeah.
So for all the people who are looking out for partners, when you're meeting people, this is the first thing you need to see. What is the attachment style, so that you know if you can relate to it, you know if you can live with it.
Okay.
Because of course they will not know what their pattern is. Like how you said, the boyfriend who she met said that, hey, listen, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, this is your style and I've understood your style.
Yeah.
So that's how your partners understand your style and help you break through this style.
ठीक है, तो ये हो गया attachment styles understand करना. ठीक है, तो very good advice for people who are seeking out for partners. I think they're going to start seeing now कि कौन सा attachment style आ रहा है उनके पार्टनर से. दूसरी चीज़ ये है कि मैंने बहुत बार रिलेशनशिप्स में देखा है कि पीपल आर इमोशनली अनअवेलेबल. तो बार बार कोई पर्सन ट्राई कर रहा है डेट करने का एंड वो एक पैटर्न में फंस गया है कि दे आर नॉट एबल टू फाइंड लव विच इज़ इमोशनली अवेलेबल फॉर देम. तो ये क्यों हो रहा है?
So my question to you will be, are they really trying to find love or they are trying to find safety?
Okay.
Because एक बच्चा है जो ग्रो हुआ है, okay, वो डिफरेंट अटैचमेंट स्टाइल्स देखा है उसकी लाइफ में, ओके, एंड दिस वन अटैचमेंट स्टाइल जो उसे सूट कर रही है. वो डिफरेंट ट्रॉमास देखा है लाइफ में, टॉक्सिक रिलेशनशिप्स देखा है. आप एक एग्जाम्पल ले लो एक बैग का, ओके, आपको मैंने एक स्कूल बैग दिया, ठीक है, एंड आप छोटे थे तो आपकी छोटी बैग थी, आपने आपकी बुक्स भरी, आप नर्सरी में थे, आप गए, आप जैसे थोड़े बड़े हुए, फर्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड की बुक्स थोड़ी बढ़ गई, फिफ्थ की और बढ़ गई, जब आप 10th में आए तो आपको एक बड़ा बैग लगा जिसमें बड़ी बुक्स हैं, राइट? यू गेट कंफर्टेबल कैरिंग द वेट ऑफ दैट बैग, ठीक है? आपकी एज भी बढ़ी, आपकी बुक्स भी बढ़ी, आपकी बैग भी बड़ी हुई. ये बैग है आपका बैगेज दैट यू कैरी इन एवरी रिलेशनशिप. थोड़े टाइम के बाद आपको ये बैग का वेट फील नहीं करेगा, आपको ये बैग बहुत कंफर्टेबल लगेगी क्योंकि आप इसे यूज़ करते हो एवरी डे.
Yeah, we are used to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you become familiar with that. Whatever is familiar is also safe. Okay. So they go into this relationship subconsciously. कोई चाहता नहीं है कि कोई ऐसे पार्टनर को मिले कि वो ट्रॉमा में जाए या अब्यूजिव रिलेशनशिप में जाए, राइट? बट क्या होता है, आपको अब्यूज़ सिक्योर्ड लगता है, आपको अब्यूज़ familiar लगता है. So you will try to find your safety in something that is familiar. So that's how you keep repeating the patterns.
Okay, so something that is even as bad, toxic like abuse, वो भी comfortable लगने लग जाता है इस situation में.
Very much, very
Okay.
much. In fact, आप अगर जो देखोगे कि आप आपके close friends को देखो, आपके कैसे हैं friends? आप जब स्कूल में थे तब आपके फ्रेंड्स कैसे थे? दे वर अ पर्टिकुलर सेट ऑफ फ्रेंड्स जो आपके थे. कुड बी कि बहुत ही मस्ती वाले बैक बेंचर्स थे. जैसे अब कॉलेज में आए, थोड़े से स्टूडियस फ्रेंड्स आए हु आर लाइक क्यूरियस कि यार लाइफ में कुछ करना है, तो आपका सर्कल चेंज हुआ. आपका सर्कल चेंज हुआ तो आपके थॉट्स चेंज हुए. फिर आप जैसे थोड़े और बड़े हुए, आपके फ्रेंड्स चेंज होते. सो यू हैव टू कीप सीइंग व्हाट आर यू बिकमिंग विद द पर्सन एंड विद द ग्रुप.
Okay.
दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट.
Interesting. So अगर किसी को ये पैटर्न ब्रेक करना है, that they want somebody who is emotionally available for them, और उन्होंने ये पैटर्न देखा बार बार कि 10 बार डेट किया, बट वैसा ही सेम, they are coming to the same scenario again and again, what do they actually have to do?
ओके, सो सी पैटर्न क्या है, जो एक डिज़ाइन है जो बहुत टाइम तक आपने वो डिज़ाइन बनाई है और वो छप चुकी है वो डिज़ाइन, दैट इज़ अ पैटर्न. तो ये ओवरनाइट तो नहीं जाएगा. ओके, सो फर्स्ट इज यू रिकग्नाइज योर पैटर्न. ओके, सेकंड इज यू अंडरस्टैंड कि आपकी इनर स्क्रिप्ट क्या है, आप अपने आप को क्या बोल रहे हो. ओके, लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल इन अ मैरिज, सपोज इफ एक डॉटर ने अपनी मम्मी को देखा है कॉन्स्टेंटली बोलते हुए कि ये तो ऐसे ही होता है, हमारे टाइम पे तो ऐसे ही होता था, आपको एडजस्ट करके रहने सीखना चाहिए. ठीक है, उन्होंने अगर जो देखा है कि मम्मी हमेशा पानी ला के डैडी को देती है जब डैड ऑफिस से आते हैं, तो वो यही देखेगी और यही सीखेगी. एंड शी विल रिपीट दिस इन हर मैरिज
Because she's seen that, and that is normal for her.
and she knows nothing better than that. Right? So that is how she has been repeating the pattern. Okay, if she wants to break the pattern, what she will do, हाँ ये मैं, पहला क्वेश्चन करेगी वो, हाँ ये मैं करती हूँ जो मेरी मॉम करती थी. देन योर सेकेंड क्वेश्चन इज, क्या मुझे ज़रूरत है ये करने की, क्या मेरा हस्बैंड खुद उठ के पानी नहीं ले सकता. योर थर्ड क्वेश्चन, वो खुद उठ के खुद के लिए पानी लेगा तो क्या वो मुझे पानी नहीं दे सकता. राइट? सो दैट्स हाउ इट स्टार्ट्स विथ रिकग्नाइजिंग, क्वेश्चनिंग. ओके, देन कम्स रीवायरिंग. दैट्स व्हेन हम न्यू हैबिट्स डालते हैं, जहाँ पर हम हमारे पार्टनर को कहते हैं कि यू नो व्हाट, आज मैं थक गई हूँ, क्या आप पानी ले सकते हो, और आते आते मेरे लिए भी प्लीज़ लेके आना ना. ओके, द पार्टनर गेट्स यूज टू योर पैटर्न्स नाउ.
Okay.
ओके, एंड देन आप इसे रिपीटेडली करते रहोगे. ओके, दैट्स व्हेन यू विल फॉर्म अ न्यू पैटर्न.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's such a interesting
And that's
way.
not only about water.
That reminds me of the movie that Mrs.
Yeah.
Movie mein, I think that was the example, right? Like
Yeah.
where she calls her mom in the end, and I think her mom tells her that she wants to break the marriage.
Yeah, yeah. So she calls her mom saying that she's tired and, you know, she's a little flustered and she doesn't know what to do and how her mom managed so many things. So mom उसे कहती है, बेटा ऐसा ही होता है, आपको भी एडजस्ट करके ही रहना पड़ेगा. सो दैट इज़ अगेन जनरेशनल ना, आप वही सिखाते हो कि आपको एडजस्ट करना है. द आइडिया शुड बी दैट यू टीच बोथ योर किड्स ऑफ बोथ द सेक्सेस कि दोनों को एडजस्ट करना है,
Yeah.
आप दोनों को एक दूसरे को संभाल के रखना है. सो जब आप वो सिखाओगे तो पार्टनरशिप्स चेंज होगी. राइट, डायनामिक्स चेंज हो गए, एंड दैट्स व्हाट यू नीड इन टुडेज टाइम.
100%.
अब पिछले जनरेशन का चीज़ें आप ये जनरेशन में नहीं यूज़ कर सकते. लाइक पिछले जनरेशन वालों के पास वो कहते हैं ना, वो छोटा सा घर था, किराने की दुकान, उनके जो रोड मैप्स ना वो बहुत छोटे छोटे थे.
उनका लाइफ उतना ही था. हाँ.
अभी आप जीपीएस के ज़माने में वो पुराने रोड मैप आप नहीं यूज़ कर सकते. यू नीड टू अपग्रेड योर सेल्फ.
Yeah. Now that we've spoken about this, one very interesting thing, like attachment style समझ लिया है कि कैसे partners के साथ है. Even when a couple is fighting, okay, जब conflict आता है, मैंने बहुत बार देखा है that same pattern repeat हो रहा है. Like I've seen so many couples, एक को जब तभी के तभी बात करना है,
हाँ,
okay, और एक को है कि यार I need my space. These are very some common problems that we see in couples.
yeah.
And how do they manage conflicts? कभी कभी कोई person झगड़े में आके they will, like they have so much anger issue that they will start self sabotaging themselves, self harm करेंगे. तो ऐसे काफ़ी patterns दिखते हैं of how people also show up in conflicts.
Yes.
Is there a style for that also?
Yeah. So for this you need to read this book, Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus.
Okay.
Okay. In this book, there's a very interesting thing that they say, that men, if there is a conflict or something that they need to resolve, they go into their den.
Okay.
And they feel they can resolve it better themselves. And they will not come out of their den until they have resolved it in their head. Women, on the other hand, they want to talk it out. They want to say how they feel. They want to, that is why when you talk to another woman, it's like a therapy. When I tell you, what, this is how I feel, this is my situation right now, we feel good about it.
Yeah, we want to talk about details. Yeah.
And we give a lot of advice to each other.
Yeah.
Right? Arey, tu ye try karke dekh, it will work for you. And there will be a group chat and sab apne suggestions there and everything is going on, okay?
Yeah.
But for men, they don't like being told what to do. They don't want suggestions. They have been structured in such a way that they feel they can do it themselves better and that they will do it. Okay? So they don't want to come together they do come together to help each other, but when they are in an issue, they want to keep it to themselves. But women, on the other hand, they want to chit-chat, talk and उन्हें बात करना, उन्हें बात करते करते resolve करना है. That's how women also come a lot into therapy.
Therapy.
Yeah. So their styles, their patterns are different. However, if we speak about conflict, okay, then in conflict sometimes you will see, and I'm talking for both men and women, okay, sometimes you will see somebody just shuts down, okay, और उनका ये trauma response है, वो shut down हो गए, क्योंकि उन्होंने बचपन में इतना conflict देखा है family में, they don't know how to react, वो freeze हो जाते हैं.
So as you're talking about conflict, how people deal with it, I remember watching this podcast of Ranbir Kapoor with Nikhil Kamath, where he says that he, in a conflict or in general also in his house, he can't hear Alia talking in a high-pitched voice. कोई ज़ोर से बात करता है घर में तो he absolutely hates it because he's seen his parents have these conflicts and he cannot bear with that sound. वो ज़ोर से जो आवाज़ आता है वो. So this is very similar to what you're talking, that when you see your parents also dealing in a particular way, in conflicts also, I think, do you even take that style from them?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
But what happens is, I'm talking in case of Ranbir Kapoor, he doesn't feel safe in his body when he hears loud noises.
Acha.
Okay, what happens is, this is the trauma response that has come, right? So what happens is, you cannot think straight of how you want to talk with your partner because it's triggering you. Okay, so what happens is, one goes completely silent. Okay, the second one would be somebody who will explode. Okay, वो suppress करेगा and then there will come a point in life where वो pressure cooker की तरह it's going to blast. So it's going to explode on everybody. Okay, the third ones are people pleasers. They want to please everybody because they feel safe pleasing people. So they will not put forth what their requirements are, but they feel safe in pleasing people. The fourth kind is over-explaining. Okay, have you seen people जो आपको हर एक एपिसोड का बताएंगे, वो ऐसे किया तो वो वैसे हुआ, इसलिए मैंने ऐसे किया. So whatever they're experiencing in a conflict, they're as if taking permission from you. कि I am allowed to experience this because this happened. Okay, so these are the styles of conflict, communication conflict that you can have.
Okay. And ये भी आप you have adopted that also because of your childhood somewhere.
Yes.
Okay. And as you spoke about communication, so major problem that I think couples face is एक तो कैसे झगड़ा करते हैं और झगड़ा कैसे रिजॉल्व करते हैं, वो भी एक बहुत बड़ा टॉपिक है. Because even how you sort of come back after a fight is very important.
It's the most important.
Okay.
Because see, fight is your frustration which is built up. It's your expectation that is built up of each other. Okay, you express it. एक बार आप express कर दो, it sort of comes down. Like हाँ मैंने तो बोल दिया उसे that this is what I wanted him or her to do. Okay, but how do you reconcile after that is very important. How do you restore love in that relationship? How do you restore respect is very important. So coming back after a conflict, how gracefully and beautifully you do is very important.
Okay. और इसमें आ गया कि communication plays a very major role
जी.
In any kind of relationship.
Yes.
And Ranbir Kapoor का भी example, I feel more than conflict, it was about communication because he doesn't like being communicated in a high pitched voice. Because वो style adopt कर लिया. तो I think even the way you express your emotions has to do with your generational trauma.
100%. 100%. So if I could say, you know what generational trauma is? It's like this बड़ा सा old सा piano, okay, जो out of tune है, वो आपके family के living room में ऐसे ही पड़ा है. Okay? वो बहुत टाइम से पड़ा है, वो out of tune है, ठीक है? वो आपने खरीदा भी नहीं है, आपको पता भी नहीं वो कहाँ से आया, but वो पड़ा है वहाँ पे. ठीक है, आपके पेरेंट्स, आपके ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स ने एक मेलोडी सिखाई थी आपके पेरेंट्स को, वही पेरेंट्स मेलोडी आपको सिखा रहे. जब आप बजाने जा रहे हो वो गंदी सी आवाज़ कर रहा है भैं 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 करके. ओके, बट दैट्स द ओनली मेलोडी जो आपको आती है. ठीक है, सो आप क्या करते हो, आप वही बजाते जाते हो क्योंकि वही आपके लिए आपका अल्टीमेट ट्रूथ है. Okay, so the idea of healing is when you fine tune those keys, learn new music and you play your own music.
Yeah.
That is healing.
That is such a beautiful example. I mean, वही चीज़ जो सीखा है, and I think however bad that piano sound will be, you will still play that and you feel that's normal. As you said, because आप वही सीखे हो, वही ट्यून आप बार बार बजा रहे हो और आपको वो नॉर्मल लग रहा है.
Yeah. So you know what this reminds me, a very interesting thing that one day my mom told me as a child, okay? And when I laugh ना, I laugh hysterically. Like मैं दिल खोल के हंसती हूँ, मैं बहुत ज़ोर से हंस रही थी, हा. And my mom is like, बेटा बहुत मत हंस, फिर है ना रोने का टाइम आता है. And I took it very seriously as a child. I was like, you know, every time I would feel like laughing too much ना, I would control myself कि यार मैं बहुत हंसूँगी ना फिर मुझे रोना आएगा. Like, you know, what after that? I realized कि मैं खुल के हंस भी नहीं रही थी. Because I was so scared and terrified and there was fear मेरे अंदर कि यार इसके बाद तो रोना ही आएगा. One day I went up to her and I asked her, okay, so after my coaching and all of that, I went to her. I said, मम्मा को किसने ये डायलॉग मारा था? तो बोलते ये ना मुझे मेरी मम्मी ने बोला था. You see how this travels through generation? Okay. So now, currently as a life coach, as an emotional wisdom life coach, I would like to tell them कि आप हंसो. आपके इमोशंस है ना, आप एक्सप्रेस करो, दिल खोल के हंसो. इतना हंसो कि आपके आँख में आंसू आए, बट खुशी के आंसू आए. So you're not afraid that after laughing I'll have to cry.
That's what, so many instructions. There is so much, feed जो होता है since childhood, like such dialogues. इतने सारे होते हैं in terms of finances, in terms of, what you're supposed to wear. About your food habits. There are so many things that are put in and we don't even question them.
Yeah.
Like मेहनत करोगे तो ही पैसा आएगा.
Yes.
And I know so many families who are stuck in that rut because for them making money is equal to working hard. So if you're not working hard, you're not going to make money. So working smart is nowhere in the picture.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought this up. So let me tell you about how during post-partition, how this generational trauma came in. Okay, so during partition, for example, I'm just giving an example that our grandfather केम फ्रॉम लाहौर, ठीक है, उनकी प्रॉपर्टीज़ थी, उनकी फैमिलीज़ थी, उनका जनरेशनल वेल्थ था, ही हैड टू लीव एवरीथिंग, वो डिस्प्लेस हो गए एंड ही हैड टू कम हियर, ओके, टू इंडिया. नाउ व्हेन ही कम्स हियर, उनकी क्या इमोशनल स्टेट होगी? ही विल बी टेरिफाइड, राइट? ही विल ओनली बी ऑन सर्वाइवल मोड. उनके लिए इमोशंस हो गए काम के नहीं. वो बोलेंगे मैं आज सर्वाइव कैसे करूँ, मुझे खाना है, पीना है, मेरी वाइफ को खिलाना पिलाना है, एंड आई जस्ट नीड टू लिव थ्रू दिस टाइम. तो वो सर्वाइवल मोड में रहते हैं, ठीक है. वो क्या करते हैं, उनको जो भी रिसोर्सेज मिलेंगे ना, पैसा, फूड, खाना, वो होर्ड करेंगे, संभाल के रखेंगे. कल नहीं मिला तो, ये भी चला गया तो, ओके. जब ये ग्रैंडफादर के बच्चे होते हैं, विच इज़ योर फादर जनरेशन, ओके, द फादर जनरेशन को यही सिखाने में आता है, जैसे आपने कहा कि पैसे कमाना बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है, सिक्योरिटी इज़ वेरी इम्पॉर्टेंट. आप आपके इमोशंस है ना सप्रेस करके रखो. आपका फियर है, आपके अंदर फियर बहुत डाल देंगे कि अगर जो इफ़ यू डोंट अर्न ना, सब चला जाएगा. तो वो आपके पेरेंट्स में आ जाता है, इनसिक्योरिटी, बहुत सारा फियर, ठीक है. फिर ये आपके पेरेंट्स आपको बर्थ देते हैं. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट थर्ड जनरेशन जो आप और मैं हैं, ठीक है. वी लिव कंफर्टेबल लाइफ्स. फाइनेंशियली उन्होंने बहुत मेहनत की, अपने आप को नहीं देखा है. बट व्हाट हैपन्स, दे स्टिल पुट इट इन यू. बेटा यू हैव टू बी फाइनेंशियली स्टेबल. हाँ, पैसा आज है कल नहीं है, तुझे तो कमाना है बहुत है, बट तुझे कमाना है. यू सी वेयर इट्स कमिंग फ्रॉम. ओके, ये बच्चा बेचारा लूज कर दिया है. ही हैज़ नो रूट्स, ही हैज़ नो आइडिया कि मेरे रूट्स कहाँ हैं. बट इससे एंग्शियस, अभी ये बच्चा एंग्शियस हो रहा है बहुत सारा कि यार मैं आगे क्या करूँ. यू नो, ही इज़ नॉट एबल टू रिलेट टू हिज फादर, ही इज़ नॉट एबल टू रिलेट टू हिज ग्रैंडफादर, but he's not able to understand where this trauma is coming from.
So as you just said that ki it goes way back and it's very minute and on a very subtle level. So isko recognize karna काफ़ी difficult है.
But you know what, if you sit और बहुत ही empathetically आप अगर जो देखो आपके ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स को, आपके पेरेंट्स को ना, आपको समझ में आएगा कि they were just acting out of survival. वो आपको कुछ सिखाते हैं क्योंकि उन्होंने सीखा है ये, वो आपको गलत नहीं सिखा रहे. वो एट दैट टाइम इट वर्कड फॉर देम. Okay,
and they just worried for you, they just want the best for you, so somewhere they just pass it on without कि ये जनरेशन का पूरा प्रॉब्लम ही अलग है. Maybe what we are dealing with is absolutely very different from what they dealt with at that time. And understanding the current circumstance is what is required more than just taking in instructions from the earlier generations. Question, yeah.
ये कहाँ से आया? Is this my narrative? Is this narrative serving me? If not, why am I doing it?
Got it. Very beautiful. What about people? How do people like our great grandfathers? They've gone for wars. Does this affect our relationship today?
100%. Because
how?
See, when they went to wars, being in wars is a traumatic thing. Bombing हो रही है, you're losing your family members, you're losing your property, you're losing everyone near and dear to you, and everything that gives you security emotionally, mentally, physically is away from you. So what happens? You are by yourself, okay? Right? You have no support system. एक scarcity mindset आ जाता है कि हर चीज़ कम ही है. तो वो आपके जनरेशन में फ्लो होता है. आपको पता है, कभी मॉम को कहते हुए सुना है, बेटा ये खा ले वरना मुझे फेंकने में डालना पड़ेगा. अरे मम्मा फेंक दो, मैं थोड़ी डस्टबिन हूँ कि आप मुझे खिलाओगे. बट ये स्कैरसिटी माइंडसेट है और उन्हें वो फेंकना ही नहीं है, बचा बचा के रखना है. आई हैव सीन अ लॉट ऑफ मदर्स ईट फूड, ओवर ईट फूड बिकॉज दे डोंट वांट टू थ्रो इट. सो इफ दे डोंट वांट टू पुट इट टू वेस्ट, दे विल पुट इट टू देयर वेस्ट.
Yeah. This is very common in Indian families. So ये हो गया. Now that you're talking about all of this is like you spoke about mental, you spoke about behavioral in our relationships, how we sort of come up with these patterns and the sort of behaviors that we show in our relationship. क्या ये physical में भी manifest होता है?
100%.
How?
100%. Of course it comes. जैसे आपके grandparents आप कभी देखिए समटाइम्स यू माइट हैव अ पर्टिकुलर बॉडी पार्ट ऑफ योर ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स, समटाइम्स लाइक अ नोज, लाइक एन आईब्राउ, कलर ऑफ द आईज. ओके, जब ये जेनेटिकली आप में आता है ना, जेनेटिकली आप में ट्रॉमा भी आ जाता है. Okay, you need to understand that this is a cycle. Unless you repair the cycle will repeat. Okay, and it repeats and it will manifest in your physical form also. For example, if आपके दादाजी ने सपोज आपके डैडी को बोला होगा, ये men don't cry, मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता, मुझे इमोशंस नहीं देखने, सप्रेस योर इमोशन, मैन अप, काम पे जाओ, ये करो वो करो. इमोशंस की यहाँ पर जगह नहीं है. आपके फादर भी सबकॉन्शियसली क्या करते हैं, ही विल मैन अप बिकॉज दैट्स व्हाट ही इज टॉट. ओके, और वो भी उसके सन को वही सिखाएंगे कि ही विल नॉट लाइक अ वीक सन. ओके, ही विल नॉट बी एबल टू टेक अ सन क्राइंग. वो बोलेगी यार क्या लड़की जैसे रोता है यार. ओके, उनके इतने अनप्रोसेस्ड इमोशंस. सो जो ग्रैंडफादर के अनप्रोसेस्ड इमोशंस थे, जो उन्होंने ट्रॉमा में प्रोसेस ही नहीं किए, खुद तक रखे, फादर ने भी यही किया, खुद तक रखा. अभी ये सन क्या हो रहा है, सन भी फादर को देख रहा है, अच्छा खुद तक ही रखना है,
हाँ,
अच्छा एक्सप्रेस नहीं करना है. ओ बट आई वॉज सो हैप्पी एक्सप्रेसिंग, राइट. सो व्हाट हैपेंस इज दिस कम्स इनटू योर जनरेशन.
Okay.
But what I was telling you is, you will also see the grandfather having issues like cholesterol, BP, heart attack. ये आपको दिखेगा आपके फादर में, कोलेस्ट्रॉल, बीपी, हार्ट अटैक, और यही दिखेगा आपको, यू विल हैव पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ हैविंग दीज.
Okay.
राइट. सो वट एवर इज रिप्रेस्ड एंड सप्रेस्ड एज योर इमोशन विल शो अप इन योर फिजिकल सिम्टम्स. ओके, डिजीज इज when your body is not at ease. जबकि बॉडी है ना वो होल्ड ही नहीं कर पा रही है, इतना ट्रॉमा, बोल रही है ये कंटिन्यूसली चल रहा है, ये कब ख़त्म होगा. जब छोटे छोटे पार्ट्स में ख़त्म होता है ना, हम उसे इम्पैक्ट कहते हैं कि थोड़ा इम्पैक्ट हुआ, ठीक है, यू अगेन बैक टू यू रिस्टोर योर सेल्फ. बट ये कंटिन्यूस इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है यार, आई एम नॉट एबल टू गो बैक टू माई सेल्फ. सो जब आप ज़ीरो पे थर्मोस्टैट वापस से नहीं जाता है ना आपका, आपकी बॉडी सिम्टम्स दिखाती है. इन विमेन इट विल मैनिफेस्ट एज hormonal imbalance, PCOS, thyroid, ये जो आप देखते हो.
So even
This
that
is
is
the
passed
occurrence.
on
Yes, it is.
generationally.
Yes.
And do you think anxiety, depression is also something that is passed on generationally?
100%. 100%.
Okay.
If your anxiety is your responsibility to repair, okay, if you don't do it, you give it to the next generation. Like the way you give wealth to the next generation, with the wealth also comes anxiety, with the wealth also comes depression, with the wealth also comes your cholesterol, BP, and all the imbalances.
So do you start working on your generation? Like, do you start noticing these things in your parents? और उन पे काम करना है या खुद पे काम करना है?
So the funny part is, when I started coaching, of course, first I saw it in myself, okay? Then I started seeing in my husband. I'm like, yaar, oh, this is what it is there in him. You know, you start recognizing things, okay? With parents ना, the way we are born and brought up ना, हम parents को ना बहुत ही God-like image पे रखते हैं.
Yeah. I think especially in India, like
Yeah,
parents can't go wrong.
Yeah, they have done their best. This is the best that they could do, and you know, you have a lot of love and respect for them, but also एक तरीके का उन्होंने आपको बनाया है जहाँ पर आप उनके बारे में तो कुछ भी नहीं सुन सकते. लाइक आपका जो इंटरनल थॉट है ना, वो भी उनके बारे में गलत नहीं हो सकता. ठीक है. सो देन आई गिव माई सेल्फ परमिशन टू थिंक दैट माई पेरेंट्स आर अल्टीमेट ह्यूमन्स ना, वो भी गलती कर सकते हैं. द मिनट आई थॉट ऑफ दैट, आई एम लाइक चलो अभी इनकी गलतियाँ क्या है.
और गलती नहीं, बट उन्होंने भी कहीं से ये सीखा ही है.
हाँ.
तो उनको वो गलत भी नहीं लगता है. बट इफ वी आर सीइंग इट एज अ थर्ड पर्सन,
सी आई टेल यू समथिंग, आप सबकी इंडिविजुअल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि आप अपने आप को ऑब्जर्व करो और अपने आप को करेक्ट करो. करेक्टिंग माई हस्बैंड और करेक्टिंग माई पेरेंट्स और माई सिबलिंग इज़ नॉट माई रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. आई कैन नच देम इफ आई एम सीइंग अ पैटर्न, आई कैन हेल्प देम, बट दैट्स एज मच एज आई कैन डू. ओके. सो जब आप ये आपके पेरेंट्स में देखते हो, आपको लगता है अरे हाँ यार ये भी तो था, फिर आप आपके ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स को क्लोजली देखते हो, देन यू लाइक मम्मी कहती थी ना दादी ने ऐसा किया था, इसके लिए ऐसा हुआ, इसके लिए ये हुआ. सो आप आपकी हिस्ट्री को बहुत क्लोजली देखने लगते हो. एंड देन यू समटाइम्स फील वेरी स्टूपिड अबाउट योर सेल्फ कि अरे यार दिस वॉज देयर ऑल द टाइम, व्हाई डिडंट आई सी दिस थ्रू, यू नो. बट द आइडिया इज टू सी दिस एज अ रिपल इफेक्ट. ठीक है, जैसे कि आप एक पत्थर डालते हो एक लेक में तो क्या होते हैं, रिपल्स.
There are ripples, yeah.
ओके, सो ये है ना आपका सेल्फ हीलिंग का आपने पत्थर डाला है, तो ये रिपल्स ना आपके जनरेशन तक जाएंगे.
So if I change, you're saying the coming generation will also change?
यू चेंजिंग द साइकिल,
Okay.
यू चेंजिंग द साइकिल. आप नई साइकिल सीख रहे हो और आप नई चीज़ समझा रहे हो, बट ऑल्सो यू टेलिंग द नेक्स्ट जनरेशन दैट लिसन, टेक व्हाट सूट्स यू, लीव व्हाट डजंट.
I think so many parents need to educate their kids regarding this, and even kids need to start like,
Yes.
I think our generation has the
Yes.
liberty and the access to information like this,
True.
and I think they have the time also, because we are not living on, we are not in that insecure feeling all the time, like
Yeah.
safety is not our priority. Like
True.
during their times, safety was a major thing, like earning money. They had a lot of survival, as you said, survival mode on tha.
हाँ.
We are past that survival mode.
Yes.
So I think that's why our generation has time for mental issues,
health, yes.
mental health, and we have the time to actually sit with it somewhere or the other.
Yeah. And I will give it to Gen Zs for this, yeah, because millennials I feel are still stuck, sometimes they are like, do I need help, do I not need help? But Gen Zs are like, listen, I'm not feeling up to it, I need help.
Yeah.
And they're changing the script, which I'm very glad about. But if you go and tell your parents, okay, you know what, maybe there's something wrong with you, they're like, aise kuch nahi hota. Have you seen the movie It Ends With Us?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it has something very similar. Okay, so the mother has gone through abuse, and the daughter is also going through different relationships, and she's facing emotional abuse.
Yeah.
And she ends it for her future generation.
Yeah. She actually takes a divorce in the end.
She does. She walks off
Yeah.
with the baby. So I think it's a beautiful movie, and that's how she has protected the child from the recurring generational trauma. So you don't inherit only wealth, but you inherit emotional stability, you inherit emotional wisdom, you inherit love and not fear.
Wow. But if I break the cycle, if like in that movie where she takes a step and she takes a divorce, where she even loves the guy, like उसमें दिखाया है कि she loves the guy head over heels, but she decides to break the cycle. Does it really break the cycle? Like if I have taken a step for myself, the next generation, am I rest assured that it's not going to repeat?
Have you come across this phrase, hurt people?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you know that you're hurting, but you are so resilient and so compassionate that you don't want to give this hurt further, what you do is, instead of hurting within and hurting others, you start healing.
Okay.
So you heal yourself, and when you heal yourself, automatically, as the hurt goes in generation, the heal also goes in generation.
So you got to take the first step to
You do.
change
You do.
your generations ahead.
Yes.
Now, some practical tips. Like we spoke about how you recognize this generational trauma. Parents को देखो, समझो, थोड़ा recognize करो, जो भी है patterns है. समझ लिया है अभी सब. Now, how do I break free from generational trauma? What are the steps?
So there are 3 steps. First is you recognize.
Okay.
That we have spoken quite explicitly in our program, in our podcast today. You recognize all the patterns. Okay. Be empathetic, be patient. The second thing is you start repairing. Okay. When I say repairing, it means you find a coach or a therapist with whom you can sit and work in detail. You can have communities which can come and support you. You can do inner child healing. You can do somatic healing. There are a lot of modalities that you can do to put yourself at ease, put yourself in safety zone. Okay, so that you don't have any trauma response. And the third thing would be to rebuild yourself. And when you have to rebuild, what you have to do is sustain that. Okay, so you can sustain that with meditations, breath work, journaling, yoga, having a hobby, right? So these are the steps that you can take to break free
So
from
recognize, then
repair
and rebuild.
rebuild.
Wow. So these three things, and I think you're out of that generational trauma.
Yeah, but it can take months, it can take years. All you have to do is be patient, be very curious, and learn from it.
Okay.
Because what you don't learn will repeat.
Got it. One very interesting question I have is that okay, in a relationship, maybe one partner is working on themselves. Okay, usne kar diya, recognize, repair, rebuild, and the other person is not very self-aware, and you can see the kind of traumas that this person is carrying. The relationship dynamics will remain similar if your partner is not changing.
No.
Okay.
So, when you have changed and when you are in the process of healing, the dynamics will not be the same because you are healing. So, you are repairing the relationship constantly. Okay? You do get tempted to tell your partner. You do get tempted to shake him up or shake her up and say, hey, listen, you know what? I know what's wrong with you. Yeah. This is the problem. But that's not for you to do. That is their healing journey.
Okay.
You focus on yours.
So, as they say, that don't sit and try to change the world. You start the change first. I think the same applies for relationships. I think if you start your healing journey and if you recognize your patterns, the whole dynamics will change.
Absolutely. It all begins with you. When you choose freedom, when you have the choice to choose freedom, that's when it begins.
Okay.
So I had a similar example, if I can give. I had this client who came in the coaching session, and she essentially came for the work-life balance because she stays in Dubai, and she has this hectic life where she's managing the house, and she is at a quite senior position, and so she has a lot of time that she has to give at work, and she's not able to give time back home, and somewhere her energies had become very masculine, and she was in her late 30s, and she is in her late 30s, so she was a little heartbroken while she was telling that my friends are all married and they actually have kids now, and you know what, my clock is ticking. Somewhere I feel the pinch that I have not got a partner yet, nor can I start a life. And I could see that while she was talking about her work-life balance, her personal life had suffered a lot, right? And she had also seen her mother, who was a traditional homemaker, who would do everything in the house. And so she also spoke that, this is something that I don't want to do. I want to be a working woman, but it's so difficult to find partners nowadays, and where are the good men? She kept complaining. And so we had a couple of sessions, and we went into inner child healing, okay, only to recognize a pattern where she had multiple heartbreaks, and she was carrying the baggage of each heartbreak with her. Okay, there was, back in the house, she was seeing her mom getting repressed by the father, not expressing her emotions, always felt कि life ऐसे ही चलती है, यही होना है. So she didn't want to take that script. Okay, so what we did was we started working on her inner script. The day she changed her inner script, you could see as if some blockages have opened and her energies shifted.
Okay.
Once her energies shifted, and while she was open to meeting people, I get a message from her 6 months ago where she tells me that, hey, listen, I've met someone. And you know what? The perk of being a coach is you're the first one to know this. Where they share this intimate information of their life with you. And I was so excited for her. And just November is when she got married.
Wow.
Yeah. So what happens is when you start changing your script, okay, you don't take the script which has been handed over to you, but you create your own script and do the inner work. That's when you open up your blocks and you invite people into your life.
Yeah. It's like taking rebirth because you've changed the entire script for yourself.
But also she has changed the generational script, right? Where her mom was a housewife and, she was the homemaker, and she said, I don't want to be a homemaker. I want to be a working person. So she is modeling something new for her children to come, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's wonderful. I mean, what healing can do. I think when you start healing, it's just not for yourself, but for the generations to come. As you said, you pass it on.
Absolutely.
And that's such a wonderful feeling.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for this podcast. I think it was beautiful. I had so many aha moments. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, this is my, like, I think बात करते करते मैंने इतने सारे मेरे जनरेशनल ट्रॉमास के बारे में सोचा है. बट हमारे लिसनर्स के लिए, डू यू हैव एनी एडवाइस, बिकॉज दिस इज ऑन लव एंड रिलेशनशिप्स, एनी एडवाइस यू हैव ऑन how can people have healthier relationships?
Okay, so for all the people who are watching the podcast, first of all, thank you for staying for this long, because this is towards the end of the podcast. But I would say essentially, more than the relationships that you have with people, the relationship that you have with yourself is very important. Do you doubt yourself? Do you respect yourself? And when you start doing that, there'll be a lot of love, there'll be a lot of self-compassion, and build that self-compassion for yourself, because the day you improve your relationship with yourself is the day you will invite a lot of people into your life to love you, and you will love them back.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sneha, for having me. I had a great time with this podcast.
Thank you. I hope आप सबको ये एपिसोड हेल्पफुल लगा, एंड आई एम श्योर यू गाइज ऑल्सो हैड सम aha moments like me, realized a few things about your own life, and you guys are ready to take responsibility and change your lives. If you loved the episode, please tell us in the comments below. Please share it with your loved ones, because you can help somebody transform their lives. I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Till then, keep rising and embracing in love, and do not forget, I roar you.